there is this ancient mythological connection to Thor specifically. Thor Dark World starts, thousands of years ago. And so all the music I actually write and record, it has to feel like it's part of a universe that has existed already. We have now a post-Avengers Thor, and he's a different guy. He was the son of Odin, but he hadn't really come to his own as a god. And so after Avengers, there's a gravitas that's brought to this story. Now Thor needed a theme that was different to reflect post-Avengers and this weight that he's now carrying. With the thematic approach to these characters, Thor is the central figure, but what I wanted to do was make Thor kind of present throughout. The first thing I did was write this kind of suite that would connect. I actually wrote a theme that's like the Asgard theme. And I was thinking, no, I need something, even though that's kind of the more like pageant version, it has a pageantry. And then Thor shows up. So I needed something that was a lot more defined. So same theme, but kind of inverted. And so that's where that came from. Then that goes into a different theme that connects, which is Odin. So you kind of have this whole family kind of thing going on there. Then you can change up the themes.
Good. I'm thinking that the horn and trombone line at 45 through 46 is coming in a little bit strong for what's on picture.
All this had to dovetail in a way with kind of the central character that turns the entire story on its head, which is Loki. And how do you take a family theme and take Loki and turn it on its edge? So what we did is, instead of going big and arch and villainous, and all of a sudden we pulled it way back, and his theme is on the harp.
It needs to be, a little more ethereal.
He embodies so much potential to be villainous. He sometimes fights it.
Now you see me, brother.
With Loki, it's so complicated that instead of playing his villainy, it was playing the mind of Loki, how he was always trying to plan. That static, no chord change, kind of open melody plays to his mischief, but his genius.
It's still within, it's not so soloistic. So play in the same style as you would have, but just maybe a little bit more.
The music required human beings playing in a giant room. You need epic size. And the London Philharmonic and the London Philharmonic both played on this score. It widens the scope of a film when you can get that live sound in a big room that's like Abbey Road, that has had so many classic scores recorded there. It's always my goal to hopefully do something where people see it, and even though it's the first time, that somehow they kind of retroactively hear it, and it's like you're building in nostalgia for something that is brand new, but feels like it's connected in an old way. The hummable, memorable theme is the highest bar, I think. When I played for all the Marvel executives and the directors and everything after the meeting, subconsciously at lunch, I noticed you start hearing people whistling it down the hall, and this was happening, and it's like, oh my gosh, I think we may have something here. For me, it's one of the great joys of composing.